Y'all, what we're witnessing is an anomaly. There is a game that's checking off boxes that a lot of AAA studios have left unchecked, all for the sake of rushing something out the door. 4 devlogs later, and this game is coming along so nicely that people have often told the devs that they're charging too low for their game. And guess what? This game is being made by fellow content creator and homie of mine, BigfryTV, and his kick-ass dev team. So let's slap some attachments on our weapons and flip down the nods as we dive into Transience. And be sure to stay for the final thoughts, as I've got quite a bit to say, and it may even upset some of the people who aren't liking what they're seeing. And if you enjoy what you see today, be sure to sub to the channel. Okay, let's continue. I covered this game a while back on the channel, but in case this is your first time seeing it, let me briefly explain. Transience is a single-player tactical first-person shooter heavily inspired by games such as Splinter Cell, Max Payne, and Rainbow Six. The year is 2056. You journey through New Houston, a city torn apart by overseas conflict where government contracts are king, as an accountant for hire by the name of Eli Reed that's become red listed and on the run. Your ultimate goal is to not only clear your name, but find out who placed the bounty on your head and why. After waiting essentially the entirety of summer, Fry released the 4th devlog a day before this video, and while I'm only going to be discussing the highlights, I highly encourage you to check out the whole thing, as you're going to be getting more information and a better insight there. First things first, BigFry and his team have released a playable demo of their Killhouse mode. Essentially what you do is choose your weapon, pick your attachments, gun down the enemies as fast as you can, and leave. Simple enough, but there's so many things in this demo that have me wanting to play it again and again. For starters, the Killhouse map itself is procedurally generated, so you're not going to be playing the same map over and over again. Pair that with the fact that there are a decent amount of weapon attachments on the current weapons in the demo, and made me want to see how badass I can make my weapon look while gunning down the AI. Beyond that, I love being able to clear through the Killhouse as quick as I can. Most of the time I do get shit on time and time again, but all I gotta do is strap back up with a weapon I know I'll dominate with and get some much needed get back. I've cleared the Killhouse with the M5, the AK, and the Renegade, but the one weapon I love using the most is the Evo, and here's why. With a fire rate faster than the speed of light, all you gotta do is throw some attachments on that bad bitch and lay down more gunpowder than what's able to be manufactured. And before you know it, the Killhouse is clear. Finally, I love being able to test out the mechanics and try different play styles. With them allowing you to not only dolphin dive, but have unlimited slow-mo for the time being, you can always get creative. I tried to take it slow and it didn't really get me anywhere except almost return to the armory, so just learn from my mistakes, people. Moving on from the Killhouse, there are a couple things I want to touch on when it comes to the AI. Fry and his team have been hard at work to redo the bot so they have more than just one brain cell in their head. They will duck for cover, lean up behind walls, and call to the rest of their squad when they see a dead body. Right now, the AI will kind of play it smart. The rest of the time, they'll try to push you, and if you're quick to the draw, you can pretty much overnight them straight to God without any issue. When it comes to the voices, I'll play some snippets for you from the devlog, and you may actually know who this is.
Ah, fuck, I'm hit! Ah, caught around! Ah, that's gonna hurt tomorrow. Friendly down! They got one of our guys! Get that motherfucker! Found him!
If you haven't guessed by now, they managed to hire Adam 41 Parker, who's widely known for being one of the most recognizable voices in Escape from Tarkov. Adam's voice adds so much more tension and escalates the danger of the enemies. So much so that when you start hearing them hook up, you either scramble for cover or you better get ready for a close quarters encounter. Switching gears a little bit, let's talk about the weapons. For this, we're gonna need to talk about 2 people. Dustin, who does the animations, and Cody, who is the weapon and character artist. When looking at the appearance of the weapons and thinking about the year 2056, that's only 33 years away, and the weapons that Cody comes up with are things that realistically I could see coming out around that time. Not only do we get to see the lovely reload animations for the P90 and the F2000 from Dustin, we get to see Cody cook up 2 fire-ass looking weapons. The X700i, which is a bolt-action DMR sniper rifle hybrid, and the 5.7 pistol. Both of these weapons will also be available in the game at launch. The next part I want to cover is the audio, because from Fry's perspective, this was something that the team had always struggled with for some time now, and with their main audio engineer having to step down from the project, they managed to maintain a strong W with the help of Kabluski. Now, when I first saw his name, I was like, cool, I wonder what he can do, because I had never heard of the guy before. But after finding out he did audio for games like Horizon Forbidden West and God of War, I automatically knew my knees were going to be weak. Kabluski came in and helped the team completely overhaul the audio and even included some nice little blink if you miss it kind of moments. Some of these include audio cues when handling the weapon, you can hear bullets hit the floor, and with the help of Flow Beatbox, the program lead, they've been working to get all the audio cues working with certain events. Their fizz mat is also incredibly well done, as the transition from carpet to metal to anything else is really smooth. There's also a lot more Kabluski and Flow have done, and if you'd like to see more of that, go check out the full devlog at the end of the video. The next thing I'm going to touch on from the devlog is the new map that they're showcasing that's going to be an underwater nightclub that's essentially split into two different parts. When looking at the concept art that Marty has came up with, the first part sees you taking a train to the station that escorts you to the nightclub. From there, you take an elevator up, go past security, check in, and then you're escorted from there to the nightclub in a very fancy, prestigious limousine type car. Seeing what Frosty, the environment design lead, has been able to construct so far, this is going to be one hell of an impressive map. Fry then says that Chris, the environment artist, is going to go in and start making this look like a reality, and I cannot wait for that to happen. He then shows off a little bit more of the server facility level, and my lord, does this level look insane. Just a couple more things to rapid fire off here. There is another voice actor that he mentions that I won't spoil here. All I'll say is that she's got amazing talent and has done voice work for things like 112 Operator, Project Deer, and Angelic. Fry mentions Primal, the UI UX designer, and how he's cleaning up the menus and is waiting for the rest of the weapons to be done before he works on the weapon pickup UI that was concepted last devlog. We then get to hear what Zach and Endars have been cooking up and get a fire extinguisher ready, because what you're about to hear is nothing less than pure fucking fire. Holy shit, that sounds great! Now, if you want to see the whole devlog to find out the parts that I left out, because I left out quite a bit, I'll be linking the video down below. For my final thoughts, I'm completely taken back by what I've seen and left damn near speechless. The fact that this game will ship with a decent sized arsenal of weapons, a good amount of maps, and quality that rivals the AAA space, all for under $20, that feels criminal as hell to me. Nonetheless, seeing the amount of progression Fry and his team have made over these past 4 devlogs makes me really excited about what the game's going to be at full release, and I can't say how damn proud I am of the team. One thing I did forget to mention, and I do apologize about that, is the demo is going away after Steam's Next Fest, and even though I hate to see the demo go, I just like the fact I was able to play it while I could. Now, I was going to carry on from here and talk about some things I would like to see in the game, but I feel like I've got to do my due diligence a bit and look at the detractors of Transience, because they're becoming quite loud this time of year. Many, and I do mean many, people call this a soulless game, a generic first-person shooter, so on and so forth, right? Even a curator on Steam who only reviews shitty sandbox games said it's just a generic Unity asset flip, so it has to be true, right? I have a few suspicions as to why I think this is happening. My first suspicion is that you're only looking at the screenshots, the trailer, maybe reading all the other stuff down below and then saying, it's boring. And fair enough, right? The game might not be for you, and that's okay. My second suspicion is that people are just refusing to see the game for what it's going to be in the future. What I mean is, let's just say some of these people shit-talking downloaded the Killhouse demo to test things out, and then they came to that conclusion that it's generic. In my opinion, a demo isn't meant to be the entire embodiment of the game, but just enough to give you a sample of what's to come, unless, and I do mean unless, the demo is meant to show off the campaign in some way, shape, or form. This is only a Killhouse mode. The only thing that you do is just run around and kill shit. My third and final suspicion is that you just don't like BigfryTV. He's been doing YouTube for around or well over a decade now, right? He's covered a lot of games. Maybe he's covered a game that you liked and he didn't. and now that he's making his own game, now's the perfect time to get some revenge, right? Listen, if your whole purpose of talking shit about Transience is to get back at him, then let me be the first one to say this. That's lame. That's petty. That's bitch made. Stop it. Now I turn the mic to you. Let me know down below what you think about Transience. And while you're down there, go ahead and sneak up on that like button and execute that sub button to all so YouTube can show you my content free of charge. This is Sir Blackout signing off to obtain the fastest time in the Killhouse. Download the demo and join me. Later.